Right now, a Waffle House waitress in Georgia claims she was fired for shooting her gun at 3 robbers. The suspects reportedly took off with $200 after demanding cash from the register. The waitress then followed the robbers out to the parking lot, retrieved her gun from her car, and fired a round into the air. Joining us now, Jonas Spielborg, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor, and Heather Hansen, trial attorney. Ladies, nice to see you. Thanks for being here.
Nice to see you. Happy New Year.
Hi, Leland.
All right. Well, let's put aside for a moment the relative brilliance of firing a shot into the air in a busy parking lot as the robbers are getting into their car to leave. The waitress now says she was just trying to protect herself and her coworkers, and she would clearly like her job back. Jonas, you have a case?
She absolutely does, and perhaps you and I are on different sides of this story, Leland, because I think this waitress's action should not have landed her on the unemployment line. They should have landed her on a wall underneath a plaque that says Employee of the Month, because what she did, in my opinion, was heroic. She did not want to be victimized twice. The restaurant was robbed by 3 people who claimed they were going to shoot everybody in the place. She chased after them, got her own gun, which she lawfully had a right to do, and basically told them with a bullet in the air, don't come back.
All right, Heather, where does this go from here? As far as we know, I don't think this woman's facing any charges, but does she deserve her job back?
She does not deserve her job back, and actually she could be facing charges, Leland. You're correct that this is not a good idea. Second Amendment fans are well aware it is never a good idea to fire a warning shot, which is what she did. First of all, that's a risk to bystanders. Second of all, it gets rid of any argument that she had that she shot in self-defense. What Waffle House is doing is protecting themselves. You cannot have employees who are putting customers in danger. These gentlemen, the 3 guys who had robbed the place, were on their way out of the restaurant. They had never pulled a gun. They had the money. For this woman to grab a gun and begin shooting into the air certainly put their customers at risk. In addition, they have rules against having firearms on property. All in all, Waffle House is in very good position here if there's ever a lawsuit.
Well, Ms. Spielberg, where does it go from here? In a sense, I guess this woman, she has a GoFundMe page that she's asking for money to help support her family. And at some level, she's either going to have to sue Waffle House and try to get her job back or simply move on.
So as a practical matter, Leland, she's probably going to walk down the street and get another job as a waitress that pays just as well. At least that's my hope for her. But if she wanted to, she probably could sue Waffle House on this ground, and that is, did she actually violate the Waffle House policy? She didn't bring a gun into the Waffle House, and Waffle House is well within its rights to say we don't want our employees to carry guns.
Conceivably, she may not have violated the Waffle House policy, but as Heather points out, she very likely violated the law by firing a weapon into the air as people were running away.
She hasn't been charged with violating the law. And look, do you think if everybody who ever violated the law couldn't be employed, we have a lot of unemployed people? So that's not the reason why Waffle House canned her. They canned her for violating their own anti-firearm policy, which I say this employee did not violate anyway.
Well, and that's an important point, Heather, because we looked up on the internet. A lot of Waffle Houses have signs up that say gun-free zones. They allow, obviously, law enforcement to carry weapons inside, but they're saying we have a no weapons policy. Does the fact that she did it outside, albeit I guess on Waffle House's dime, because she was still technically working and on the clock, does that matter whether she's inside or outside?
Listen, unless they specifically said to her, you're being fired for violating this policy, that's an at-will employment at Waffle House. They can fire her for almost any reason. The fact that she has put customers at risk, listen, Leland, these customers, if anyone had been injured, Waffle House would be on the line for that. They're not on the line for robbers coming in and robbing the place, but they're certainly liable for somebody who works for them hurting a customer. Well, Waffle House and other employers have to protect themselves.
Well, as I think you would both agree, what we're really fortunate here is that no one got hurt from that round that she fired, for sure.
Or
Ladies,
from the robbers.
Well, that true as well. Ladies, thank you.
Thank you.
Heather?
Thank you, Leland.